Oh, all right. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a little while here. It's been crazy the last couple weeks. Where's the camera? Oh, it's over here. Sorry, I haven't been doing any videos. It's just been nuts. We look at the sky. Notice how it's blue. It hasn't been blue for about a week. It's been full of smoke. So we got hit with some crazy wildfires just south of here. Wasn't that far. We were on a level, I think we made it to a level 2 evacuation status. And just about a mile up the road was level 3. So we actually evacuated for several days, went to my parents' house, stayed with them for, several days, 3 days, 4 days, something like that. And then eventually the smoke was like just as bad where they lived as it is here. We couldn't go to Idaho because it wouldn't have been any different there because the smoke basically just traveled up there. So we've been kind of on the run for the last week or so, and finally, which seems like it's getting kind of back to normal a little bit. But I haven't kept up with videos. I have a bunch of videos that I'm going to be doing here. By the way, check this out. This will be a future video. New radio, right here. New radio, FT65, phenomenal. Spoiler alert, really great. And we got a lot of stuff that we learned in the last week or so about evacuating, because we had never really planned for an evacuation of anything. So all of our supplies, our food, our stuff that's either in Idaho or here, or and it's not meant to be sort of moved. So that's caused us to rethink a lot of our systems, and I've already started looking at that. So where are we at? Like I said, I'm sitting out here enjoying this because I haven't seen the blue sky for a week, and I don't see any smoke anymore. There was still smoke this morning. It rained all night, a lot, and cleared it all out. It took a while to clear it out, but I hope it put those fires out. There were some crazy fires. I mean, I think they said 900 some odd thousand acres burned. And the fire down below us, was getting pretty close. Not super close, but, too close for comfort kind of thing. And, last week we looked up and there was just a big wall of smoke. And we thought it was coming over the ridge. I mean, it looked close. But we went and checked it out a couple of days later and drove down there, and you could see kind of where it was at. It was glowing off a little bit in the distance and kind of eased our minds a little bit. But there was a lot of people. There's been a lot of people in this state who've lost their house. So we know some people who had their house burned down near or in Estacada. So pretty crazy. I actually picked up this radio I mentioned, but I was listening to the radio the whole time on the old Yaesu VX8. And that was a great, it's a disaster situation. We talked about that about a year ago, and how it's sort of a great bug out bag radio, and that came into play. We listened to the emergency services the whole time and just kind of kept a pulse on what was going on, and stuff was changing quick. So pretty nuts, pretty crazy. So we're pretty tired, needless to say, of dealing with that. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, we're okay. A lot of people aren't okay, actually. Yeah, pretty crazy. There was an article, if you guys look it up, it was a redneck fire department showed up. Just a bunch of friends, a bunch of people showed up just south of here, basically saved some towns outside of Malala. They were just people who made makeshift firefighting equipment, and it was pretty crazy. People just started doing what they had. I'm going to post a video. I filmed a bit during this whole thing, kind of the evacuation process. I built a makeshift fire tender. I'll show you the video on that. I just took it apart today because the rains came in, so I don't need it. But it would be effective. It would work. It wouldn't be awesome, it wouldn't be the best, but it would work. So what else? I actually have some friends who are firefighters, and they're pretty beat down, man. They are pretty beat up at this point. So What else? No information on the well. If you guys are following that project on the property, about a month ago, month and a half ago, we were told we were going to have a well drilled. So I haven't been able to get a hold of the well people. Don't know why. So, well, I do know why. Everybody's busy. Whatever. We're not under some specific time frame, but it would be nice to get that done. I would really like to get that going. So we haven't gone back up to Idaho yet, you know, so we're going to wait till that happens, and then we're probably going to have to go, and I'll be able to film that hopefully when that does happen. But that's kind of what's going on. Sorry, I'm a little quiet, a little tired. Long week, very long week, crazy week. What else? I was going to show you, got a lot of reviews I can do. Man, stuff we've learned right here. Check this out. This came into play a lot. You think I'm crazy. People were like, oh, you gas mask. We did a video on this about 5 years ago. I think about 5 years ago, actually. Everyday gas mask. Check out that video. Yeah, it was crazy back then. Now everybody was running around with masks. I mean, everybody's been wearing these, you know, surgical masks around here for the last 6 months. But yeah, yeah. Luckily, we had some filters for that, and it was so thick. The smoke was so thick around here. So it was cool to have that put on, and I mean, you get the right filters and you don't smell anything, and you can go and work outside and do whatever you want. So that was a good thing to have. Mrs. D even put hers on, believe it or not. So that's pretty crazy. What else? Yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's not a lot to say other than like I said, I did film. I have a lot of stuff in the can ready to edit. I think I'm going to start editing tonight, so I can get you guys some footage. And then gardening, have a final gardening video. That didn't work out very well, but I'll show you the conclusion to that. That's kind of funny. I have that filmed. I filmed that several weeks ago. What else? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I need to post this stuff, right? How are you guys doing? Looks like some people had kind of checked in, checked out, in and out, moving around in there. It's been a while, so I'll probably sign off here pretty soon, unless sometimes people kind of all of a sudden start popping, so I'll probably stay on here a little bit. But oh, check this out. You can see that. See that behind me? You probably noticed that sprinkler. So when this whole thing kicked off, I basically ran that for a couple hours and just soaked down. There's a field behind us, and then our grass was getting kind of dry, so I just stuck that out there and just hosed down. It was like full-blown rain out here, and it really got the ground saturated. But like it got it up. Yeah, thanks, Joseph. Yeah, I mean it's just a sprinkler, right? But I don't want to turn this thing off. I think I bumped the wrong. But you get it up high enough, and it just, I mean, it covered our whole yard, and then all the way, you know, about halfway through the backfield. So, man, I don't know if it would have helped, but anything's better than nothing, you know. So, you know, we were all the neighbors here kind of watering each other's yards when they came home and visited. And, you know, here's the thing. So the deal is when we were out, and I'll talk about this in the next video, but this will be a little teaser. When we were out doing our thing, evacuating, you know, going around town, I was using a radio to monitor the emergency services, right? And I kept hearing just like fire call after fire call, and it wasn't in the fires. It was like spot fire, spot fire, spot fire, arson, arson, arson. So I don't know. The media is doing some weird stuff with that right now, but I mean, obviously they follow up on stuff. It could have been false alarms and people calling stuff in or panicking or whatever. Some of them were just burn barrel. You know, people go, oh, it's smoky out. Nobody will notice if I burn all my slash. And it's like, probably not a good idea to do that right now. But so there's some of that going on. You could hear it. But there was a lot of just people, weird stuff. People you'd hear on the radio, people are lighting hay bales on fire. And I'm not going to spread rumors, but that's just what I was listening to, you know. Did it turn out to be true? Was it just a called in fake, you know, to tie up emergency services? Could have been. Don't know. But that was going on. So that was sort of going through our mind the whole time. Like, do we have to kind of guard, you know, my dad's property? He's got some, you know, some acreage out there, and we have to kind of watch our thing. But the one thing that was confirmed in all this, and it was an eye-opener, big eye-opener, was the looting. That was confirmed by Clackamas police, that there was a lot of looting during this whole thing. And it got so bad that they actually had to set up checkpoints in Estacada, I think in Corbett, and some different areas that are surrounding Portland. So that was a shock. I mean, I kind of expected it because this place is kind of a disaster zone. You know, we have the riots going on in Portland every day, and you know, you just kind of expect it. But there's been a few, let's say, public figures who have mentioned Portland, and this is kind of the place you don't want to be when it does go down or does hit the fan. They're right. It's not where you want to be. I mean, we're on the outskirts of Portland, but still, man, you know, it doesn't take much to drive out here and loot. You know, and if you're just, you know, you could be somebody who lives out here and you're just part of the criminal element. But man, it was crazy amounts of looting, just insane. And that was getting reported as well. You know, you got police reports of a guy going through somebody's garage and, you know, can you get here? And I can see them, and they're not the neighbors, and the neighbors have evacuated. You know, it was wild. It was wild. I did not expect that. I expected a little bit of it because it's just this place. I'm not going to go into it right now, but just, yeah. But the amount that we heard about was shocking. Really shocking. So you evacuate, you get safe, and then people just come. We had people in our, we have a camera in the front of this house, and there was a couple of times, there was a car going through here, California plates, nobody knew who it was, and they just park in driveways, just waiting. Windows down, smoke filling. I mean, smoke was super thick, and windows down, looking around. Maybe they're just hanging out, don't know. But we called the neighbors, and they didn't know who they were. Where's somebody sitting in your driveway? Better get here. So they got here, and yeah, crimes of opportunity, correct. And there was a lot of opportunity because you got to understand, I think it was like 27,000 people were evacuated total in this area. That's a lot. And you know where they're evacuated because, see, here's the other thing. The police or whoever were going around, when they would go door to door, I could hear that on the radio. Okay, go down this road, go door to door, from here to here, do it now. So they go. Some people would refuse to go, and that's fine. You can do that. They can't force you to leave. So then you would leave, and they would mark an X or something on your driveway. I don't know what the symbol was, but they'd mark an X or something that they could mark that you were gone. Well, yeah, now you have an area, you have a computer map, you have a computer zone that says zone 1, 2, and 3, which 3 means you got to be out. And so you shouldn't be there. So if you're in that zone, you're not there. If you have a little thing on your driveway, you're for sure not there. You've been marked. And so there's nobody around. It's just break in and go. You got all the time in the world. There's nobody there. So we would come back periodically, you know, through the day and make it look like we were here and that kind of stuff. So that's the other thing. You know, it wasn't bad enough to where we couldn't be here. It was so smoky at one point that it was just bad. You couldn't, you know, you're getting into your lungs and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's been going on. Like I said, I have some footage of that. I can show that, what we have. I didn't film as much as I wanted to. It would have been kind of good to show you some of that. But I'll show you the fire tender, the water tender, and that kind of thing. So, hope you guys are doing well. I think I'm going to sign off here. I'll try to keep up on the videos. Hopefully things calm down a little bit. I mean, I guess the true like, you know, YouTuber would be filming all the disaster. But, for me, I'm taking care of, the kids. They're out, trying to keep them calm and happy. And so I'm taking care of the family. This isn't a full-time thing for me at all. So, wow, that's a crazy week. Crazy week. I'm still kind of thinking about it. What happened? That'll put things in perspective. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll hopefully be on here soon. I'm going to edit some stuff out tonight and tomorrow and get you guys some content here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. Hope you're doing well. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Joseph, man, you've been awesome on here. Thanks for hanging around. At the end of the day, protect your family. Yeah, true. Yeah, material things can be replaced for sure. And So we were actually pretty happy with what we got out of here for the evacuation plan. And we all made it out safe, and we're all back safe, so that's what counts. And that's it. So everybody's happy. See you guys in the next one. Oh no, really?